Wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. has cleared waivers. He's no longer a Brown. He is a free agent. The free Odell movement has worked, and the world no longer has hate in its heart. That's what the movement was for. Where will Odell Beckham Jr. go? That's the big question. There's one team he prefers, which I will reveal in today's Top 10 NFL Power Rankings episode. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. I officially have the most powerful curse in sports, Perna. Last week, the Cowboys got the curse from the Wheel of Pain and then received a shellacking from my lowly Broncos. The Panthers and the Bengals received curses this season, and now Sam Darnold and Joe Burrow are tied with the most interceptions at 11 apiece. And Cincinnati is in last place in the NFC North. Don't even get me started on what this curse did to the poor Raiders. So today, we will spin this Wheel of Pain to determine who gets the curse. Come on, baby. Oh, a classic number one. A classic number one. I'm adding a caveat. A curse-beating cheat code. Fans of your team, you can save your team. And the only way the curse can be stopped is if this video gets 10,000 likes. Anything less than that, curse comes true. And I'm not sure this team can do it. Today, Top 10 Power Rankings, Odell's preferred landing spot. That's good sports. Yes, subscribe to this channel. Also, if you got time, check out my coffee company, BenchwarmerBrew.com. I sell really damn good coffee. We're gonna have some new mugs coming out this month, some new shirts soon. So please, BenchwarmerBrew.com. If you sign up for the subscription service, it's the cheapest way to get our not so cheap coffee. And I do have Big Dick Patreon shout outs in a second, but we will be doing our Patreon Zoom meeting for all $10 patrons this Thursday evening during Thursday Night Football. That info will be on Patreon, patreon.com/thatsgoodsports. Big Dick shout-outs for Binge Rich, Steph Castillo, and Andreas Hernandez, who upped to $15. Thank you guys so much for your donations. All right, note, the Buccaneers were on a bye week, which means they're on the Perna reserve list. Teams on the bye week don't go on the power rankings. That's how I do this shit. Coming in at 10, the Atlanta Falcons. Welcome to the top 10, Atlanta. This is easily the best thing to happen to your city in recent memory. The Falcons showed something special on Sunday. They were able to recover from blowing a lead and win a close one against a division rival. Look, Atlanta, your defense is still horrible, and you're only on this list because Tampa didn't play this week and the Raiders lost. And will probably continue to lose because everything is going wrong there. That said, if the playoffs started today, you'd be in. Your offense isn't top 10 in any important categories. Your defense is bottom 10 in numerous statistical categories. But fuck it, I like Matt Ryan, I like Cordarrelle Patterson, and I love Younghoe Koo. Show me something to stick around, because we all know I should have given this spot to a more deserving team like the Colts. And actually, Odell Beckham Jr. in Atlanta makes a lot of sense. Number 9, it's the Browns. The Browns rebounded in outstanding fashion against their in-state rivals, the Bengals, looking like a new team without Odell Beckham. They were able to focus on two things, the run game and play action. With Dearness Johnson in the mix, the Browns now have 3 backs averaging over 5 yards per carry this season, and play action off of that stellar run game produced a 60-yard beautiful touchdown pass to Donovan Peoples-Jones, the Peoples receiver. The Browns defense has given up 14, 15, and 16 points in the last 3 weeks, plus they did some scoring of their own when Denzel Ward picked off Joey Burrow and took it 99 yards the other way. Technically, that 99 yards for Ward gives him the 6th most receiving yards this week, smashed between Bobby Trees and George Kittle. The Browns' issue now is that all of their running backs have the Aaron Rodgers disease, COVID. Number 8, it's the Bills. I still think the Bills are a good team, but losing to the Jaguars is a punishable offense, and they deserve to be dropped all the way down to 8. Not just for losing in Jacksonville, but losing 6-9. A truly disgusting result that could only please that sick, disgusting human, Urban Meyer. Now, I'm not going to make a million Josh Allen jokes because I already did that in the best and worst episode on Monday, but I will say that this would have been a 12-6 game if Matthew Wright had hit one of his 3 consecutive field goal attempts. Josh Allen played like 2019 Josh Allen, putting the ball up for grabs, running into pressure, and missing open receivers. In defense of Josh Allen, though, maybe Brian Daboll needs to call something better than 51 passes and 9 handoffs, especially in a game that was tied most of the way. Number 7, I got the Patriots. And I don't care. The New England Patriots were once 1-3, now they're 5-4. Winners of 3 straight and making their second appearance in my top 10. Ahead of the Bills now. Consider this your motivation, Buffalo. New England's defense is really showing. They're now 4th in points allowed, and they've gotten 16 turnovers, which is also 4th best in the league. Oh, and they have 3 defensive touchdowns for good measure, including the long pick 6 by Jesus Christ Jackson himself, who has 5 interceptions total on the season. Despite trying to twist Brian Berg's leg clean off, Mac Jones has been the best rookie quarterback this season. Which is not saying much. But he's being helped out by a run game that's starting to cook with Damian Harris and preseason hero Ramondre Stevenson. Stevenson led the team with 106 total yards of offense last week. And here at number 6, we got the Green Bay Odells, which sounds like a delicious fall beer. Here's what we learned about the Packers. They are not the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. They need him way more than he needs them. And the loss against the Chiefs is going to drastically change the way they view their future starting this offseason. Obviously, I was not impressed by the Packers' offense or Jordan Love for most of the game, but I thought the defense stepped up, holding Kansas City's offense to just 13 points and 237 yards. Aaron Rodgers needs to get back. Otherwise, I don't see them getting a win next week against a healthy-fingered Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Now, the Packers are Odell Beckham Jr.'s team. He reportedly wants to play for Green Bay. Odd, considering Green Bay is a blue-collar town. It's as blue-collar as you'll see, and Odell, to him, blue-collar means dressing like this. Obviously, Beckham wants to play with the best quarterback in the NFL in Aaron Rodgers, on a team with a glaring hole at the number 2 receiver position. This is a good fit for Odell if he can stay healthy. The Rams make sense, but Odell probably would have to do way more ball sharing than he'd like. Same thing with the Seahawks, who actually kind of need him. He'd be the 4th best receiver in Tampa Bay, and no way is he playing with rookie Mac Jones or Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian combo with the Saints. So damn, the Packers, not only are they his preferred destination, I think they make the most sense. Number 5, I've got the Chargers. As Justin Herbert goes, so do the Chargers. 68 passer rating against the Ravens. Chargers lose. 66 passer rating against the Patriots. Chargers lose. 123 passer rating against the Eagles. Chargers squeak it out against Philly, thanks to a Dustin Hopkins field goal. Oh, by the way, someone in LA needs to thank Ron Rivera for cutting Dustin Hopkins for no apparent reason. And Washington just cut Hopkins' replacement today. But as good as Herbie plays, you still have to keep an eye on this defense that's just 23rd in scoring. The rushing defense is still dead last, which actually makes me slightly optimistic about the Broncos' chances against the Chargers later this season, as Javonte Williams is 2nd in the NFL in forced missed tackles. He trails Nick Chubb, but also has like 25 fewer carries than Chubb. Derrick Henry is still 3rd on this list, and he calls getting 25 carries a solid half. Ravens coming in at 4. The Ravens' greatest strength may be erasing massive deficits. And they're even better at winning when they get into overtime. After losing the first game of the year in OT, the Ravens beat the Colts and now the Vikings in extra time. The crucial moment of this game came after Anthony Barr picked off Lamar Jackson, and the Ravens defense came back on the field to shut down the Vikings offense with a quick 3-and-out. And of course, it doesn't take much to get in Justin Tucker's field goal range. Obviously, though, we have to talk about Lamar Jackson. He's on pace for over 4,500 yards passing and 1,200 yards rushing. That's unbelievable, and it blows his 2019 MVP season out of the water. All that with an AARP backfield and a defense that's surprisingly giving up 24.5 points per game. Lamar Jackson should be the MVP frontrunner, as he's doing more with less than any other quarterback, and we saw the Cardinals win efficiently without Kyler Murray. Number 3, I've got the Rams. Now, it's hard to say nice things about the Rams after they just got their doors blown off against the Titans at home on Sunday Night Football. You can take away a couple different things from that game. Either you think that's who Matthew Stafford is, and that's who he's always been since he was in Detroit, or you can choose to write off the Titans game as an aberration. Obviously, by putting them at number 3, I'm choosing to believe the Rams happened to play their worst game of the year on national television, and sometimes that happens. It wasn't just Matthew Stafford, it was several mistakes, too many penalties, and damn, the Titans have a very good defensive front. Good news for the Rams though, Von Miller should make his debut next week. That's a big reason they're here at 3. I think they get better with Von on the field. More good news, they're playing at Levi's Stadium, where the 49ers refused to win and where Von Miller won Super Bowl MVP. Number 2, it is the Tennessee Titans. The question everyone had about the Titans was pretty obvious. How are they going to play without Derrick Henry? Well, the answer is they just pounded a one-loss team on the road on Sunday Night Football. It wasn't so much that Adrian Peterson replaced Derrick Henry's production, it's that everyone on the team picked up the slack. And I have to give Tennessee love. Not Jordan Love, they don't need him, but real love. I expected them to fall after last week when they shot all the way up to number 4 on my power rankings. They did not fall. They answered the call. Suck it, Dion. Jeffrey Simmons looked more like Aaron Donald than Aaron Donald did. Donta Foreman came out of nowhere to lead the team in rushing, and Kevin Byard is still trying to get Deion Sanders to notice him by getting his second pick 6 of the season. They did not fall. They answered the call. The Titans are now atop a very shaky conference with tiebreakers over the Bills and the Chiefs. The only bad thing about the Titans is that despite being the top team in the AFC, they still are the only reason Zach Wilson has a win in the NFL. What the actual fuck? Don't forget to check out the video I posted this morning about Blonde Snow and the atrocious taunting penalty during the Bears-Steelers game. Posted that this morning. You can click here to watch it. Coming in at number 1, it's the Cardinals. The Cardinals. Arizona, you can save your team. You can stop the curse. 10,000 likes. I don't know if there are 10,000 Cardinals fans on YouTube though. The good news, this week the Cardinals proved something that I didn't think was possible. They beat the 49ers on the road without Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, and Chase Edmonds. Instead, Colt McCoy, Christian Kirk, and James Conner all decided to have the game of their lives in that resounding win to put them at 8-1. As it's been all season, the defense for Arizona has been just as good as their often talked about offense. Chandler Jones got his first sack since week 1, but the guy that no one is really talking about is the other edge rusher, Marcus Golden, who has 9 sacks in as many games this season. Meanwhile, Budda Baker, who used to be allergic to interceptions, is picking off passes. The Cardinals get the Panthers next week, so I have a pretty good feeling they'll be the first team to secure a winning record in the 17-game format, assuming Cardinals fans negate the curse. Assuming the Cardinals fans negate the curse with 10,000 likes. I don't think I've ever had a video get 10,000 likes, so good luck, Arizona. Thanks for watching the Power Rankings episode. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I got power rankings every Tuesday, best and worst every Monday, NFL news videos in between. That's what I do here on YouTube.